Hey guys, sorry I couldn't be live today, but as you can hear, I am at Comic-Con. Woo! Comic-Con! I just saw Boba Fett walk past with a Klingon. I think they're dating. Ooh, I think that's Joss Whedon eating a slice of pizza. Comic-Con is the greatest place on Earth, which brings me right to my top news story. Comic-Con is the greatest place on Earth. Going strong for 40 years now, the con has been dubbed the Cannes Festival for blockbusters, having launched such huge franchises as Avatar and Iron Man. Here are some of the highlights from this year's Comic-Con. The advanced screening of the new Green Lantern movie. This may just be a preview. An Expendables panel featuring Sylvester Stallone, Dolph Lundgren, and Randy Couture. An outdoor preview party of Machete, hosted by Robert Rodriguez, featuring a taco truck. And a panel called Celebrating the Web, which features these two losers I know named Matt Sloan and Aaron Yonda. It's Saturday at 5:15 in the City Scene Room of the Bristol Hotel.
Now, you know what else happened today at Comic-Con?
Guillermo del Toro announced that rather than doing The Hobbit, he's now going to do a new Haunted Mansion film.
Now that's terrible. Wouldn't you rather have him do The Hobbit?
Well, yeah, but have we forgotten what happened with the first? I mean, all these stories made it sound like, oh wow, they're going to do a movie of the Haunted Mansion, and I just wanted to raise my hand and say, excuse me, didn't we already try that once with Eddie Murphy?
Yes, from '93, and that movie was terrible. But you know what? I'm telling you, when you hire Guillermo del Toro, at least that gets you interested.
I guess, but you know what? He needs to have something to work with. He's like an artist. You've got to give him the paints, you've got to give him the canvas, you've got to give him the putty, the clay, something. Haunted Mansion is not a great canvas for that guy's talent.
You know what? Isn't. I couldn't tell you.
And honestly, imagine if suddenly parents are thinking, oh, the Haunted Mansion, great, it's a Disney ride, I love it, bring the kids. And they bring the kids and suddenly, like this Pan's Labyrinth festival of freakish things comes at them. Valhalla Rising is going to seem like Disneyland compared to that.
Well, supposedly Del Toro said that he wants to make this scary. I mean, scary, not kid scary, scary.
Yeah,
but here's the thing.
That's not going to fly with the Disney crowd.
Well, you know, it's not going to be an R. You know it'll be a PG-13.
Yeah, sure, but
so
how scary can you
game
the system?
But how scary can you get as a PG-13?
Pretty scary. The Ring was PG-13. The Ring was like the scariest thing that I've seen in years. The Ring scared the pants off a lot of people. The Ring 2 freaked a lot of people out. Okay, so come on.
All right, well, all I know is if Del Toro's involved, I'm interested, although do The Hobbit instead. You know what else happened was the Tron panel was today. Now, later on, in the news, folks, later on we have a very special trailer to show you, a big scoop we got for you. The new Tron trailer we're going to show you, so stay tuned.
Mark, you beamed down, got the trailer, and then beamed back here.
That's where I was. That's where I was.
And another Pirates of the Caribbean film with Rob Marshall directing.
Well, Johnny Depp.
God help us all.
I know. It's so bad. No, here's what's going to happen. Here's what's going to happen because Rob Marshall's directing. This is what's going to happen right now. Hundreds and thousands.
Major director of the last 20 years.
Right. Oh, stop that. Right now, hundreds and thousands of lights are being manufactured. Movie lights, big movie lights. You know that they use to light sets. Right now, 185,000 of those are being shipped to the set, so we can overlight the F out of that set. Because that's all he does.
I know.
He just overlights everything.
Penelope Cruz is in it.
That's good.
Cruz is replacing Keira Knightley, I guess.
Which is fine, because Keira Knightley just does these BBC type things.
Well, because apparently the Keira Knightley and the romance with
Johnny Depp, Orlando Bloom.
Apparently that's being shoveled off to maybe a spin-off or something. That's no longer part of this. So now,
thank God.
So now, Rob Marshall. What is it? Johnny Depp going to break into song? Are we going to have,
No, but
pirate?
The one thing that I will give the Pirates of the Caribbean movies credit for, even though I started to really hate them towards the end, is that somehow they either had the guts or the stupidity to be so confusing. Pirates of the Caribbean 3, I had no idea what was going on half that movie.
I was just saying,
there was a pirate, there was a ship, and they did something, and there was a Caribbean. That's all I know.
The first one, it was like the Matrix films. First one good, 2 and 3 forgettable.
Imagine seeing Inception projected simultaneously 7 different times, and to me that was Pirates of the Caribbean 3. I had no idea what was going on. So let's just hope they throttle back on the confusion for Pirates of the Caribbean 4. All right, you're not arguing. All right, Chad, what else you got from San Diego?
David Prowse has been banned from all Lucasfilm-related Star Wars events. As most everyone knows, David Prowse was the man in the Vader suit for all 3 movies of the original Star Wars trilogy, and according to his website, he has not been invited to Celebration 5 or to any Lucasfilm-sponsored events, because he has apparently burned too many bridges between Lucasfilm and himself. I had the pleasure of meeting David Prowse in Toronto several years ago, and I found him to be a hell of a nice guy, despite the fact that when I insisted I was the better Vader, he dislocated my shoulder and punched me in the neck. He's still got it. Best of luck, David. Don't hit me.
This is rude.
Okay, can I say something to David Prowse?
Yeah.
Get over it. You made that movie 75,000 years ago. You're 800,000 years old. Have you done nothing else? You put on a costume. That's all you did. You're not Marlon Brando. Just enough already. Just
what,
go
though?
get a real career. I mean, seriously, he's done nothing else.
He has done something else.
What did he do?
Clockwork Orange.
Well, that's fine, but I'm just saying that
He's the big guy near the end of Clockwork Orange.
Yes,
remember when he carries the he's the
yes,
caretaker guy.
But you know what? He doesn't go to Clockwork Orange festivals. You know how many of those are around the world?
Not
They're all
many.
over the place. I made that up. But here's the thing. The guy's 75 years old. The guy dressed in a big black costume for 3 movies and went home, and he's been milking it for like 40 years. Don't
Why
complain
not?
anymore.
Why not?
It just seems pathetic.
It
really
is,
does
but let
seem
him come
pathetic.
let him come to the conventions.
Oh, you know what? No,
Come
you know what?
on.
It's going to force that guy to take up gardening or something else. That'll just get him off Star Wars. I mean, enough already with Star Wars.
But that's all most
really-
Star Wars fans got. So
Honestly,
really,
it's true. Aw.
if
just cancel all conventions.
No,
if that's
George
the case, ban
Lucas.
everybody.
George Lucas is way too protective of all this stuff. He needs to just let it go. Lucas
you know, but
needs
no-
to let it go.
But oddly enough, he's not, because Lucas allows a lot of the fan films. Lucas
No,
allowed. No, Lucas could easily.
You're talking to the wrong person. Lucas does not allow the fan
No,
films.
no.
With the fan films, Lucas they have contests. If you have to be Lucas approved to be in the contest, and part of Lucas approval is filling out a form that says he owns 100% of it when it's done.
Well, you
He
should
owns
see.
it.
Well, no, you.
He's not that nice
no,
with film.
You
Look,
should
look.
see the people versus George Lucas, and then you'll know the truth.
Look here.
But
Gene
what?
Roddenberry, Saint. George Lucas, Beelzebub. Right?
Beelzebub.
Thank you.
Harsh
But
words.
they did give us the okay on our film, so I'll leave it at that. But we weren't allowed to be part of Lucas. We weren't allowed to do anything with it, basically.
Yeah, because you wind up hanging out with
Unreal.
David Prowse all the time. The guy's like got nothing going on. All right, Chad, what else we got from Comic-Con?
Joseph Gordon-Levitt may be cast as the Riddler in the next Batman movie. This is just a rumor, but if it's true, then it will prove my theory that actors with 3 names get all the breaks. Just ask Neil Patrick Harris. For this reason, I will henceforth be attending auditions using my full given name, Chadley Allen Vader. Look out, Hollywood. Here comes Chadley.
I heard a theory.
I love that casting.
So do I. I hope it happens. I heard a theory as to why celebrities like to have 3 names if they can.
Why?
Like Joseph Gordon-Levitt, whatever. Because it makes their name longer in the article. And it makes their name longer in the credit beds. So you always have to, there's more of a chance you will see their name.
I'll bet that's the same for assassins. Lee Harvey Oswald. and
John Wayne Gacy.
John Wilkes Booth.
John Wilkes Booth. It's all coming together.
Movie stars and killers.
I'm just saying. So, look, obviously Nolan, who's going into the second week of
he's
Inception.
Joey's in Inception, so they've already worked together once, and I'm sure this was probably in the works before Inception.
But here's why that works, because the Tim Burton films, which we try not to talk about, all the villain castings were so high. Let's have Robin Williams and Jim Carrey.
Schumacher, the Schumacher and Burton films, which are almost all of a piece, yeah.
But now you've got Nolan who says, how about Heath Ledger?
Yeah.
Way more interesting. How about Levitt? Way more interesting.
Yeah.
Don't worry about high concept comics doing the villain parts with Schwarzenegger and all those puns. Terrible.
I really, really like that casting a lot. I like it. It's edgy, and he's clearly then going to take the Riddler in the same direction that he took the Joker, which is kind of sadistic, a little bit crazy, but not humorously crazy. Crazy in a really scary way, and I think that's a good thing.
Okay, guys, gotta go. I just saw George Takei talking to Spider-Man, and I want to get in on that. See you later.